Greetings and salutations. Welcome once again to the Fortress of Solitude, high atop the Strapworks.com Global Industrial Plaza. Welcome. We're glad to have you along. Today, we're going to answer viewer mail. That's right. Well, actually, not viewer mail. It's from our Facebook page. And I'll give you that address a little later on. Barbara Allen writes in to say, "Can you tell me how to make a Martingale collar?" Well, she's come to the right place. This is what we do. So let's go to talk to Tom Foster down in production to find out how to make a Martingale collar. Tom?
Hi everyone, Tom here at Strapworks. A client of ours, Barbara Allen, has posted on Facebook that she would like to see how to make a Martingale collar. So Barbara, this video is for you. Now first of all, what is a Martingale collar? Well, Martingale collars are also known as limited slip collars. Basically, this goes over the dog's head, and then as you start walking and the dog starts tugging, this can be tightened up by you pulling on the leash, and it does lessen the diameter of the collar that's around the dog's neck. It gets their attention without hurting the dog because it only goes so far. Now, this is in opposition to the older styles, which were called choke collars, sometimes known as slip collars. The biggest difference here is that when you start to tighten the old choke style collar, it doesn't stop. So you can continue to tighten this to a point that is extremely painful and even dangerous to the animal. This particular style of collar has really fallen out of favor and is not sold much anymore. Instead, people have gone to the Martingale collar. Alright, here is our parts list on a typical Martingale collar. We've got our keeper. This is used to keep any slack. If you're tightening up your collar quite a bit, this will help keep the loose webbing closer to the dog's neck. We have one slide for adjusting. We have two more slides, and these are for the attachments of the main body to the Martingale section of the collar. Of course, we have a D-ring, and I also have a side release buckle here because what we're going to make today is a quick release Martingale. I'll explain why that is significantly better as we go along. We have our longer collar piece of webbing. This is the main body, and the sizing that you want on this is really the size of the neck. If you measure your existing collar for circumference all the way around the neck, that's what this piece should be cut at. Then this is the Martingale piece. We happen to cut it at 8 inches, and that seems to work very well for our design. You can go a little larger. I don't know that you would want to go a little smaller. A relatively straightforward list of materials, all very affordable, all available on strapworks.com. This makes for the perfect do-it-yourself project.
Okay, now we know the bits and pieces that go into a Martingale collar. Tom has now moved over to one of the sewing machines. Let's see him put it together. Take it away, Tom.
Hi everyone, here we are back in production. You'll notice we're at a manual sewing machine. That's because most of you have manual sewing machines. I don't think too many of you have a bar tacker or a box X machine. So we're just going to do it the way you would do it at home. Now remember, I told you we were going to talk about the difference between the quick release Martingale and our standard model. This is our standard model. The only adjustment is in the slide. The problem with that, of course, is that when you take your dog for a walk, you want to have this adjusted so that it's snug around their neck. That way they don't slip out of it. But when you get back, you have to loosen it up again to get it off the dog. That's kind of irritating. So we've designed a model with the quick release buckle in it so that you adjust it to your dog's neck, go on your walk. When you come back, you simply take the buckle apart, and away you go. So this is the one we're going to put together this morning, and I'll show you step by step. Okay, here we go with step one, sewing on the slide. The next step is putting on a keeper. The keeper should go on so that the flat side is on the back of the collar, the curved side is on the front of the collar. Slide that down out of the way. The next thing you're going to do is to put on your side release buckle. Back through your keeper. And now you can see the purpose of the keeper. When you adjust and you have loose webbing, it can poof up like this. The keeper makes it stay in place. Now we go through the slide. Alright, we now have our quick release buckle on one end. We're going to put our slide on the other, and that's just through the outside bar and over. You'll notice I'm not going all the way to the edge with my stitching. The reason for that is if you go over the edge and then your thread's cut, the integrity of your stitch will be broken and it could become unraveled over time. So always keep your stitch inside the edges of the webbing. Okay, the next step. Now we have the body of our collar. This is essentially what's going to be going around your dog's neck. And now we're going to add the adjustable martingale section. To do that, you want to come up through your buckles. You'll notice I came up through the side release buckle and up through the slide. So now we have that hanging. We have to put our D-ring on now and overlap so that the side that the D-ring on is going over the other side. Overlap by about 1 inch. And sew it. You can see why you don't want to go any smaller than 8 inches. This is a little bit of a difficult step here. Next, bring your D-ring up into that open area and stitch that closed. The bulk makes this look very difficult. It really isn't. You just have to wrestle around here a little till you get it where you want it. Then lay your sewing machine foot down and go ahead and seal it up. And voila, you have a quick release Martingale collar. Okay, here we have the finished product. Quick release. Just go ahead and adjust that to where it fits the dog properly. Then this will be your limited slip action and go from there. I do need to point something out. I don't make these every day, and I did make a mistake here that we're not going to redo. I put the adjustable portion on the adjustable portion of the buckle, and that creates some bulk within that loop. It would probably be better if you did the female portion over here and the adjustable male portion here. Obviously you can do it either way, but it would just make it look neater and would be less bulky within the loop. Now the difference between the two, and by the way, I used plastic hardware on this unit. D-rings are always metal. We have all metal hardware on this. This is what we call our Premier line, and it does have our cast slides, and just looks a little sharper. It is more expensive. You can certainly dress it up either with our nickel-plated cast slides or our solid brass cast slides. But the difference that you'll see is that this unit has a slide, this unit has the side release buckle. This unit must be adjusted to go on the dog and off the dog. This unit, once adjusted properly, will never need to be adjusted ever again. Just take it off like you would a normal adjustable collar, put it back on, and then you have the limited slip Martingale effect for good training, good control of your pet. So Barbara, there you have it. I hope that answered all your questions, and if it didn't, please write us again. We'd be happy to go over any areas where we may have gone too quickly or that we didn't explain thoroughly enough. Let us know. Any of you out there that would like to have a do-it-yourself video made, please let us know. We'd be happy to show you how to do it yourselves. And of course, you can get all the great parts right here at strapworks.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
And there you have it, the Martingale collar. Simple, elegant, and really, really useful. And that little adaptation that Tom made, well, that was just spectacular. Now, we're going to be back next week with a little bit more for you from the Strapworks channel. I would like you, if you have a question, send it on in, john@strapworks.com, or, of course, you can go to our Facebook page or our blog, and here are those addresses. Thanks once again for spending the time with us. See you next Wednesday.
Clear your screen, please.
You have successfully accomplished your task, Dr. Meacham. You've assembled an interrogator, a feat of which few men are capable.